Hey friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a haul video for you guys. This is of the Hello Bluebird brand new September 2021 release. And it's actually more of a product review. If you watched my last Hello Bluebird new release haul, you also heard my announcement that I have joined the Hello Bluebird design team, and I am absolutely loving it. It is such an amazingly talented group of girls, and the illustrations are just incredible and some of my absolute most favorite to work with. So I was lucky enough to have these products sent to me this time, but I still wanted to share them with you guys because I know how much you enjoy seeing the images up close and personal, and sometimes it's just a little bit easier to see in relation to someone's hands than just on a computer screen. So I'm going to go through the entire release with you. I'm just going to set everything off to the side and we'll go through everything one by one. So first up is the set that you guys already saw on screen, which is the adorable Best Days stamp set. I absolutely love this little girl with her hair blowing in the wind and her sweet little dog friends. Look at that sweet corgi. Oh my gosh, I literally squealed when I saw that. I just think he is so darn cute. And I love this little pup as well. I think this one will work for so many different breeds of dogs. Just the way it's drawn is so cute. There's also a little pup that fits in her basket, and if you're a cat person, there's a little kitty for that too. There's a balloon and a little bee and some really cute sentiments, some florals that you can put in her back basket or the front. And there's also some leaves since we're heading into fall. This could really be used year-round basically, maybe not so much in winter, although I wouldn't put it past people. I think that could be really cute, but generally this would be a great set to use year-round. There are the matching dies. I've already repackaged all the dies since they didn't come in packaging like this. They were just kind of loose in little individual clear bags. So I went ahead and redid those just to kind of save some time, but then you can see them as they're snipped out as well in there. And I actually already even labeled all my stamp packets. So as soon as this video is over, I'm going to repackage all the stamps how I like to store them. And then I'm going to get to filming my first video with them. So super excited to get to play, but I wanted to share these all with you first because I know it's sometimes nicer to see them in the packaging as they will come to you. So the next set that I am super excited about, one of my absolute favorites as well, is Wilderness Adventure, and it has all these really cute woodland critters. I think these little wolves, or they could be foxes, or he could be a wolf and he could be a fox. Whatever you want them to be, I think it would work. The little sweet bunnies are so adorable. I love the bear. This guy, I'm not sure. I think he might be like a weasel or a muskrat or something like that. But he's super cute as well. You've got a bunch of little accessory images to build your scenes, and a little moon, some little paw prints. Super, super cute. I really, really love this set. I just think it's so whimsical. I love the little detailing of the little like slash marks there. So cute. And there are the matching dies for that one. If you are ready for Halloween, you are in luck. There are two stamp sets for Halloween this year, and the first is Good Fright, which has all of these super sweet critters dressed up in their costumes. I love this one here that's holding the little pumpkin lantern. The owl is so cute as well. They have different kinds of treat bags. Some of them have bags, some of them have the little pumpkins, and there's all kinds of little candies you can add, and really great sentiments. This one has quite a few. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentiments in that set. So really great options. And then there is the matching dies. If you prefer the little cute kids, then you are in luck. There is Boo Crew. These guys are all dressed up and ready to go as well. We have a little witch, a cat, a little devil, a vampire, and then there's a sweet little pup who's kind of following along. And I love that this little pumpkin treat bag or treat basket is separate, because you could put that in the dog's mouth. Or you could, just set it beside one of the other characters in the scene. There's a couple little bats and some more sentiments, candy and leaves. And then there are the matching dies. So fun. And next up is the Park Play. This one is super cute. If you remember the Hello Bluebird set, I believe it's called Springtime. It has like a bunny and a lamb, and I think there's one more critter that I'm not remembering right off the top of my head, but it also had some frogs like this in this style, so this set would play very well with that one as well. There's a little sunshine, which is so darn cute with that little smiley face. I think this little snail is so cute. I just love him. I don't know what it is. I don't even like snails in real life, but he is adorable. Butterfly, and then you've got 4 cute critters and 2 great sentiments in that scripty font, which I love. There are the matching dies. There's also a balloon that you can use with a lot of other sets. Speaking of balloons, the next set is Balloon Buddies. You've got this great cluster of balloons that really takes up a lot of space on a card, so you don't have to do too much. If you need like a quick birthday card, this would be a great one, because you just pop a critter down at the bottom and add a sentiment, color it up, and you're good to go. I just think that's really, really great. There's also 2 extra balloons which you could layer on top. Like if you don't want this string cutting through that one, you could layer it up. Same with this guy. You could layer him over here or up here and just make it a little bit more 3-dimensional. If you popped it up with some foam tape behind, it would be really, really quick and easy to make a nice 3-dimensional card. You've got 3 cute critters and a little hat that you can add, a bow tie, and then the little strings you can have separately, so you can extend it down behind their hand or overlapping their little arm a little bit to make it really look like they're holding on. And there are 2 great birthday sentiments and the matching dies. Next up is a stamp set with a similar vibe, but still very unique, and this one is Bouquet Buddies. So again, you get this large image that really takes up a focal point on the card, and then you get the little critters to hold on, you get the little extra stems down at the bottom. But then you also have these layering flowers. You can stamp them right on top of each other in different colored inks to create some really cool looks. And I love that they are all labeled for you, so you can see like there is a tiny little A, B, B, C, 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 and so on. Each little step is kind of labeled for you there, so it makes it super easy to find what you need, although I bet you could also mix and match them as well. So that one is really adorable. This one here is more for birthday cards, but this one is really universal. I think this would be great for so many just thinking of you, hugs, even possibly a sympathy card. You could leave off the pets or add them on, depending on if you wanted to. But I think this one has a lot of like universal options. And there are the dies. There are dies for all of the little pieces as well. And what I did to make them easy to find is I also arranged them on my magnetic sheet. So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and there's E and F. So I just kind of grouped them so that they would be easy to find. You could also probably take maybe like a white paint pen or something and label them if you wanted to. But I realized that I would be able to find them pretty quickly like this, so that's what I went ahead and did. Then we have a sentiment set that has some nice bold sentiment. This one is called Big Greetings. Get really bold sentiments and then this fine script that says just to say. So you've got all of these little options that you can stamp beneath it, or you can just use them on their own. I think this one would go great with the bouquet buddies and for all kinds of different other things. And there are matching dies for all of those words as well. So if you like to die cut your sentiment, like a bolder sentiment, and pop it up or just layer it on your card, that is going to be a great option for you. Then we have a new alpha stamp. This one is called the Nightly LC Large Alpha. It's so big I have to kind of turn it to fit inside my camera here. But you have this super bold sentiment. It's kind of like a type font, I believe. So you can mix and match your own sentiments with this and really have them be a focal point on your card. So that is really great. And there are also matching dies. So I chose to store mine separately in this case just because these can be used on their own or in combination. And I just wanted to be able to reach for them easily without the stamp set if I wanted to. So I decided to store them separately, but you could also just store them together in your stamp pocket, you know, like that. So very, very cool that you can mix and match your own sentiments. And then we come to the last stamp set, which happens to be my most favorite stamp set of the entire release. And this is called Tree Neighbors. It's a really big stamp set, and that is to fit this amazing tree. It has the 3 little burrows in it, so you can fit all kinds of little critters. There are a whole bunch that can fit inside there, and their arms will hang over. The dies also cut out their little arms there, so you can kind of tuck them behind. And there's also some critters that can go on the outside of the tree, like this woodpecker. My most favorite image is the little possum. I think he is so cute. It's funny how there are animals that you don't really love in real life, like the snails and pigs for me, but in stamp form, I just go crazy over them. And this opossum is another one. Not that I don't like opossums, but they're just not one of my favorite animals by any means. But he is my favorite image of this set. I just love him. And there's also this little image here, in case you didn't know what that is. That is his tail. So you can kind of put that over top of the tree and the rest of his body behind the tree hanging down, and that way it kind of looks like he's got his little tail wrapped around. So super cute. I love the little foxes that can be standing against the tree kind of looking up. There's also a sweet little bear. This owl is so cute. There's some speech bubble sentiments that I think are really fun and easy to use. There's some extra leaves. I just love this set so much. You guys know how much I just go crazy over the woodland critters. They're my absolute favorite images of all time. And this set is going to be a new beloved favorite. So again, there are the dies. It cuts out the big tree and the little holes, so you can put all those little critters back behind. This one is going to be so much fun to play with. So this is going to work really great on a Slimline card, but I think you could also use it on a regular card. I would just kind of trim the tree down and layer some grass in front of it, so you'll never even know that you cut it down. If you did it like right here, I think it would fit. Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, right about there, it would fit on a standard A2 size card, going in the vertical position. And if you wanted the horizontal one, you could cut it like just below the second hole right there. Very cute and very fun. I cannot wait to play with this set. All right, so now we're going to move into some die sets, and the first 3 are some super fun nesting dies. And the first one up is my personal favorite. This is the Nesting Mini Slimline. So I have really been wanting to make some mini slimline cards, and this is going to be so much fun to play with because I really wanted some dies to make everything just look more professional. It just gives you that, you know, your papers and stuff, that nice finished edge. Even if there's no detail to it, it's still just, you know, is more precise, I feel like, than a paper trimmer. So you get 14, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 dies in this set. And this one here, I can see myself using that quite a bit. Actually, these two smallest ones for sentiment strips. This one I think is going to work great for like the typed everyday and the typed Christmas because they're those super fine fonts. And then the second size is going to work great for a lot of different sentiments. So really, really fun. I'm super excited to use this very soon on the cards. And then we also have the nesting squares. I believe this one has 20 dies here, and it's just great for those of you who love to make square cards. I've never made, well, I haven't made a square card in many years, but I'm looking forward to trying some new styles now with these new dies. So lots of great layering options with that one. It's going to be really fun to use. And then for those of you who like to make really big cards, we have the Nesting A7. So this one I believe also has 20. And these last few too are going to be great for sentiments as well. They're a slightly different length than the nesting slimlines, mini slimlines. These are longer, so if you need a shorter one, these are going to work great for that. And then you can make basically any size card you want up to a standard A7 because you've got that largest die, but you can also take down the layers, you know, because you've got just so many options there. So moving on, we have a new gallery frame. The gallery frames are some of my favorite dies from Hello Bluebird. So now we have gallery frame 7, which is another square card. It gives you a nice frame with the double stitching on the outside and inside. And then you've got this second layer here that you can use or not. And that has the cross there, like a window. And then you have a couple little lift the flap dies as well. So those are optional to use, but they give you some really fun, you know, varieties of ways to use it. So really looking forward to use that. Another one that I am super excited about is the Hello Bluebird High Rise Tree Scene. So this will give you another option for that, is it Tree Neighbors? Yes, Tree Neighbors stamp set. Give you even more options for that. It's not exactly the same as that tree. It's slightly different, but it is a slimline card. But it's a little bit more centered. This one kind of runs off the edge of the card, where this one is kind of more centered on the card, but it will work great with the tree neighbors. So you get that great tree with all the wood grain texture that's going to be embossed right into it. It gives you the nice frame that you can do in a different color if you wish, and then the little leaves that you can add wherever you want to on the tree. Love that die. I think it's so fun. The next one up is going to be another square card. This one is called Full Moon. And this one is going to work so great for those Halloween sets that I showed you earlier. Super fun for that. And I think you could use it for a lot of the older Hello Bluebird Halloween sets as well. I think this would work for so many. I like that the square format gives you more room, especially if you're used to doing cards in this position. It just gives you more room. It's almost the same length almost exactly the same length as a card in the horizontal position. It's slightly shorter, but then you get more room going up this way. So it's just more options for different kinds of scenes. And I think it's super fun with that really spooky looking tree and the moon. I think I'm actually going to cut my moon out so that I can position it in different places. I think it's thin enough that you can do that if you wish, or you can just leave it attached if you prefer the moon to stay where it is. Next up we have two, actually, because I like to store my dies. If they are smaller sets, I will put two on a sheet. So we have the Paper Hugs Word, which is this one that says Big Paper Hugs. I love that so much. I mean, isn't that what card making is all about? It's like sending love out there into the universe, you know, to someone that you care about, and you know, just spreading art and creativity around, which this world needs so much more of. So I love this sentiment. I think it's so much fun, and it would be really fun to kind of like stand a critter in front of the eye, or have some kind of like hanging out in the U, or even on the H. I think this would be a great one to use with the word buddies, both the woodland and the jungle. But you can also use it for other things depending on the size card that you make. This would be a great one to use for the big squares or for the A7s, because you would have lots of room for extra embellishments on that as well. So there's that, and then there's also the party balloons. So it's all of these balloons here. You get the 4 circles, a heart, and a star, and then there's 4 different types of strings, and then 3 little shine marks that you can use on whichever ones you want. So really, really fun. For those of you who don't want to color, you could die cut those out of cardstock and still use the critters that came with the balloon buddies, or the bouquet buddy critters as well. And then lastly, I have 2 more that are together as well. This one here is called Jack, and you get all these great little pumpkins, and then there's so many little faces and little toppers that you can add. Super fun. And then this one up here is called Ghostly Night. You get the 3 little ghosts, and there's another pumpkin, a witch hat, a broom, and candy corn, and then there's a tiny little pumpkin there. One tip for you guys, when I was cutting apart these dies, there's a little tiny like buckle that goes around the inner part of the broom, and then the same for the band on the witch hat. I was really afraid that I would lose those dies just because they're so super tiny. So I kept mine attached to the larger die that they go with. Even though I'm going to want to die cut them in a different color, I would rather waste that little bit on another piece of cardstock than lose the die and not have it at all. So I just went ahead and kept mine attached to what I would use them with, and that way I can be sure that I don't, you know, drop them somewhere and never find them again. So anyway, that is the entire release. So I really hope you guys enjoyed a close-up look at all of the amazing products from the new September release from Hello Bluebird. I'm super excited to get to play with these. I just think this release is one of the cutest ever, and that the illustrator Katie, she just knocked it out of the park. I just love her illustrations so much. I think they're just the most adorable illustrations. I just adore them so much, and they are such a joy and pleasure to work with. So I hope that you will check them out. I will have a link down below to the Hello Bluebird shop where you can go and check out everything there. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for lots of videos coming up with these products, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.